In a little over a month, classic cars will rule in South Mississippi as the more than week-long Cruising the Coast revs into town. This video from last year's festivities. And here with us, the latest on this year's Cruising the Coast, Executive Director Woody Bailey. And Woody, if early bird registration is anything to go by, this will be another record-breaking year for Cruising the Coast. Seems like every year we're breaking the records, though.
We seem to be. The only thing that slowed us down was COVID and Katrina. Other than that, we've been on track. Right now, we're at 85-15. We're about 491 ahead of where we were last year at this point in time at the close of registration, pre-registration. So we're preparing for 10,000. We'll see. Last year's number was 96-18. So we're on track to, go over that, and so we'll see how that works out.
So just missed that 10,000 number last year. But just because the registration numbers, and we always talk about this, the registration number is there, and that's official, but it's always so many more cars, classic cars on the roads.
Sure. I get asked that question a lot, and I always say it's 3,000 plus. We really don't know. I'd say really 3 to 5 that are here that for whatever reason don't register. Some people are here just for a day or two, and so they don't register, but it's just great to have them. We're happy to have all the spectators here to come watch Cruising the Coast. Even if you don't have a car, you can enjoy the nostalgia, the cars, the music, everything that Cruising the Coast is about. So,
of course, it gets bigger every year. The crowd gets bigger every year. But what's the biggest changes you feel like, we'll say, going back over the last decade, as far as the events and what people expect from Cruising the Coast?
Well, their expectations and what I see are having fun. That's what everybody's doing. And over the last 10 years, we've grown tremendously as far as an event. We've added more cities. This year, for example, Waveland is back on board. We're happy to have them on board. A few years back, we added Pascagoula. So we've given people more things to do in different parts of the coast, and that's been a great thing for us over those last 10 years.
You mentioned Waveland coming back in, and their day of main activity will be on the Wednesday of Cruising the Coast. Why was it important to get Waveland back in?
Well, that completes all 12 cities along the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and we want the whole thing about Cruising the Coast is the economic benefit, and we want everybody to share in that. And so we're glad to have Waveland back on board. They hadn't been on board since '06, so we're really tickled to have them with us again. So that completes everybody on the whole Gulf Coast being a part of Cruising the Coast.
Since Hurricane Katrina then, is
Correct.
that right? Okay.
Right.
Well, as far as all of the events goes, is there one that really stands out for you? Of course, we have the parade in Long Beach. That feels like the main kickoff for everything. But is there something during the week that really stands out for you that you look forward to?
Well, I enjoy all of them. I mean, the Blessing of the Classics. A lot of people probably don't know about that event in Diamond Head. That happens on Wednesday afternoon after the Waveland event. That's a neat event. All of them have their own personality, and they're very special. Like I mentioned, Pascagoula, their beach park has really become very popular. We thought at first when Pascagoula, we weren't sure how many people would drive over, but they're going there and they're enjoying it. And we've got a lot of new things, happening this year. We've got Chris Jacobs with Overhauling that's going to be here during Cruising the Coast. We have a new presenting sponsor this year, Mississippi Gulf Fresh Seafood. So we're going to be having seafood sampling going on this coming year. So that's a great thing. Dennis Gage is going to be here filming a segment of his show. So that's always a good thing for us, helping promote the event throughout the year.
Yeah, people come from all over, that car-centric, they record these shows. When you go around the country or talk with people in other places, how much is Cruising the Coast the name out there and known for car enthusiasts across the country?
It's pretty major. As you know, we've been voted the #1 car show in the country by USA Today 4 out of the last 5 years. So a lot of people know about us, and I hear cruising shirts are all over the country when people are out, when I'm out, and I hear about that. And so to have that honor is pretty special.
And you were telling me how many people from different states, or how many states are represented in registration this year so far?
As it stands now, we have 43 states, Canada, and our first registered person from England last year is coming back, and I'm hoping he's bringing some more friends. And now, hopefully with COVID things relaxing, we hope that we'll have more international visitors to Cruising the Coast.
That will be great to see. And what's their impressions, the international visitor, when they come?
They love it. I mean, we've had the Australian folks here before. We've had Germany here before. The English guy, he had a '79 Ford Thunderbird. We were hoping for an Aston Martin or something like that, but he was here. He was all over Facebook telling everybody how big of a time he had.
And it all gets started on October 1st. Of course, a week-long event there, just about a month away. Can you tell, are the hotels already, are they all full? I'm sure they are.
I would suspect so. You know, most people that attend the event, they book their room before they leave for this year. So I hadn't seen the occupancy numbers lately, but I would have a feeling that they're pretty full.
And the impacts every year gets bigger. It's in the millions every year for the Mississippi coast.
Yeah, we do an economic impact study every 5 years. 2021 was our last year. $36.1 million when you include the whole state, and we impact the state as well, and $33.1 million when you talk about the 3 coast counties. So I say that Cruisin the Coast is doing its job. It's helping the economy out, and plus people are having fun, so I don't know how it gets any better than that.
Spending money on the coast, we can't ask for anything more. Woody
Right.
Bailey with Cruisin the Coast, thanks for joining us. It's coming up soon.
Thank you.
All right.
Look forward to it.
College football about to kick into high gear. Just what's on the line this year. We'll break it all down for you next.